I'm seeing red again. These thoughts are stuck in my head. Somebody hold me back. I'm losing patience. So don't give me an excuse, 'cause I got nothing to lose. My fists are black and blue from hitting the pavement. Don't get in my way. It don't set me off, 'cause I'm not somebody you'd wanna cross. This wanted man got guilt on his hands, and I'm not somebody you'd understand. Feeling dangerous. I'm feeling dangerous. Let ashes burn to dust. I'm rootless in my blood. I'm feeling dangerous. Don't get too close to me. You might not like what you see. I'm rootless in my blood. I'm feeling dangerous.
Yeah, there's nobody that's coming to save me. Trapped in the dark, but truly that's what made me. Yeah, I'm built different, just look at all of the scars. If I didn't make the change, the world would tear me apart. I've realized to survive I had to be a beast. This determination in my heart has set me free. So can you tell me now who I got to fear? They try to knock me down, but now I'm still standing here. I use my pain, yeah, that's what makes me dangerous. Always been the underdog, pushed through all the changes. Mama always told me to be careful who you hang with. I never switched up, yeah, that's what made me dangerous. Look what I overcame, look how far I made it. They'll never knock me down, one day I'll be celebrated. Made my peace with all the harm that came to us. It made me this way, yeah, it got me feeling dangerous.
I'm feeling dangerous. Let ashes burn to dust. I'm rootless in my blood. I'm feeling dangerous. Don't get too close to me. You might not like what you see. I'm rootless in my blood. I'm feeling dangerous.
Yeah, look, I'm feeling dangerous. Yeah, I'm feeling dangerous. They can't stop us. They can't stop us, no. They can't stop us.
Feeling dangerous.
Feeling too dangerous. Feeling too dangerous. Yeah, we feeling too dangerous.
Feeling dangerous. Don't get in my way. Don't set me off, 'cause I'm not somebody you'd wanna cross. I'm feeling dangerous. I'm feeling dangerous. Let ashes burn to dust. I'm rootless in my blood. I'm feeling dangerous. Don't get too close to me. You might not like what you see. I'm rootless in my blood. I'm feeling dangerous.
Yeah,
I'm feeling dangerous.
yeah, let's go.
I'm feeling dangerous.
What I got to fear? Nothing. Yeah.
Hey, it's week 14. It's a good countdown. What's good, everybody? Man, what a day, what a day, what a day. Usually week 14 for me as a fan means smooth sailing into the playoffs. But last couple of years as a Buccaneers fan, it means, oh my God, are we going to make it? That's what it's like as a Buccaneers fan. I don't know what it's like as a Bears fan, but my co-host can tell me how you feeling today, bro.
Well, we're not as emotional as Bucs fans. I will say that as a Bears fans. But hey, man, this is a good week of football. Like weeks like this, the matchups we're going to talk about. Like this is why I'm glad we started this show. Last season, man, because like it's going to be so cool to see the results of some of these games, and it's a playoff push, man, playoff stretch. Like some teams are like they got to be in playoff mode like last week. And continue this week. So this is exciting times, man, for football.
I mean, playoff mode last week. That was me. That was me last week. Like versus the Panthers of all teams. Still was a close game somehow. Still was a close game. But I think that's just because it's actually the division game. And today with the Buccaneers got another division game. It's another must win. You wouldn't think playoff mode. This like really is gonna determine the division, I think. If the Buccaneers win today, they have a 52% chance to make the playoffs. If they lose today, they have a 2% chance, 2%.
Which is really zero.
Yeah, really zero. I mean, honestly. So, yeah, I mean, anything can go any way. I mean, any given Sunday, right? I could be happy after the end of 4 o'clock, or I could be mightily mad and mightily upset and just, all right, we're tanking, trying to get the best draft pick we can. But before we get into everything, and we want to look at the fantasy playoffs quick and see how everyone's doing over there. I actually want to get your reaction on the Thursday night game, just real briefly. We both thought Steelers were going to take that pretty handedly, and Bailey Zappi came out and just threw dimes all over the place. Now, granted, they didn't do great in the second half, but the over hit in the first half. Bailey Zappi had 3 touchdowns. The first time a quarterback from the Patriots had 3 touchdowns in the first half since Tom Brady did it in like 2018 or something. So it's been a while. But what were your reactions from that game, bro?
I was happy that it was a good game. I was so happy because like we always said, when we did the show Thursday, you gotta be just an NFL fan to even think of watching that game. You know what I mean? Like, because this was part of the biggest mid-off matchup ever as far as just on paper. And then when you go into this game, it's like, hey, Belichick is not done yet, right? Belichick's like, hey, if I know like your schemes, I'm going to find holes in this. If you have a terrible quarterback, we're going to find a way to expose him. He did all those things. Zappi, hey, you got to think going into next season, there's going to be an overhaul on offense for the Patriots, obviously, but Zappi got to be in that QB room still. He showed a lot in that game, and Trubisky showed why he'll probably be out of the league next season. So, I did say, I was like, people, everyone that's on Kenny Pick 6 head, you're going to wish you had Kenny Pickett in this game the rest of the season because you think his offense is bad. With Trubisky, you times it by 10 how bad that offense looked. With the weapons the Steelers had, Deontay Johnson, you got Greg Pickens, you got Jalen Warren, Najee Harris. They got too many weapons to look that terrible on offense. So there's going to be major things happening. And as we said on our forecast with the Steelers, I think they're going to lose out for the rest of the year. But as far as with the Patriots, man, you have something right there. You have something with Zappi. You still have ways to scheme on offense. Even Ezekiel Elliott has some gas left in the tank as well.
Hunter Henry.
Juju Smith-Schuster had some of the biggest plays in the game. He still has some gas in the tank. Like this is a pride game, and on the road, in Pittsburgh. So kudos to Belichick for just, I know we've been hard on Belichick for the last couple of years, pretty much since Brady left the Patriots, but he still respects the game. He still is trying to give us a product out there. Tomlin's as well, but if you don't have a quarterback, you can't do anything in the NFL right now. That's just what I've learned from that game. The Steelers, they were already out of the playoffs to me, but they definitely will not make the playoffs after a game like that. And the Patriots, hey, is Belichick saying, hey, maybe we can end up with like about 5 wins, get another draft another defensive player, and then
Right.
just
Right.
rework this offense through free agency. Maybe Belichick's like, I'm not worried about picking. I'm fine getting the 4th or 5th quarterback. There's 5 quarterbacks coming out in this draft. Okay, and they're all gonna be gone by like pick 15.
Five
So
primo, five that you think could start right away.
5 quarterbacks that could come in and start right now.
Right.
You had the Heisman Trophy winner last night. I know a lot of people probably don't watch college football, but the LSU quarterback, won it. And that's in vein of the school of Joe Burrow. That's like people. There's
LSU,
legends come from that school. You know what I'm saying? So, and he wasn't even the best quarterback this match. He won the Heisman. And there are 4 quarterbacks that was actually better than him this season. That's how deep this. You see what I'm saying? Like, so Belichick is going to get his new quarterback. But what this showed me is that I don't gotta get the first guy. I'm gonna just pick the one that kind of fits for the next 10 years. And he still got it on defense, man. That just long story short, Belichick showed us he still can scheme defense in this league, and he just got to get that offense together.
That's a game for me that solidifies him as coming back next year as a head coach. If you can go on the road and still get that, and the players, the defense actually said, like, the same guy who said, "Yo, you lucky we ass," to his homeboy Jabril Peppers after the game. He also said this week that they had to get the win for Bill Belichick, and that they had to show him show the people, because they've been talking a lot of stuff about Bill Belichick out there. And they did. Bailey Zappi coming out and throwing like that. I mean, it's a little regressive in the fact that, like, should have done this a while ago. And old Belichick to me makes that move. But since he drafted Mac Jones, he
that's what
wanted
it's
to make
about.
it work. Yeah, he moved up for that draft, like wanted to make sure the draft capital wanted to really milk the draft capital out of that. But I think that experiment, is concluded. Has been.
Yeah. A few things with that real quick is that, that quote that you're saying they wanted to play for Belichick, he hasn't lost the locker room, right? So there's no way they're going to fire him, right?
Yeah.
You look at like the Bills, he's about to lose the locker room. That coach,
Sean
the Chargers. Yeah, I can show you teams where they're about to lose the locker room. As bad as this Patriots season is, the worst season I've just personally seen them have. Real talk. But he hasn't lost the locker room, so that's great. And there is a thing to it where if you draft a guy, if you move off of him too quick, that is an L for you, right? So that's a real thing. And but you're thinking Belichick has accepted, like, okay, I got an L. Okay,
I got an L at this point. Like, you got to take it, and you got to see also, you have to see what the other quarterback has before you make a decision about quarterbacks. We talked about this with the importance of Aaron Rodgers coming back, even though the Jets are most likely out of the playoffs. Not mathematically eliminated yet, but they're most likely out. The importance of that is to see what you have as an offense, because their offense looks completely different, right? It's same thing goes with Bailey Zappi. You have to see what you have as an offense, what worked and what didn't work. And then they can retool next year. And like you said, probably draft a defensive guy first round like they always do. But they do pretty well with their other draft picks that no one likes to talk about. You're like, oh, you messed up on Mac Jones. Like, yeah, not everyone's going to be a big hit. But they also did draft Jimmy Garoppolo, Jacoby Brissett, Tom Brady. They drafted all these quarterbacks. Bailey Zappi, who's playing good, obviously. But you missed one.
Right.
You missed one.
Just one throwback, because obviously it was an incredible QB stretch with the Patriots. You mentioned Brady, Garoppolo, Brissett, right? But they had Brady in that QB room, right?
Yeah,
I think that made a huge difference in their careers.
Yeah.
Like, those guys still can play, I think, for having multiple years. Seeing Brady, picking down film and, picking his brain in person, you know what I mean? Now, Belichick, he has to admit that he doesn't have that anymore. He doesn't have that veteran in that, because that does make a difference, And like I said, with Zappi, and this goes on again, Belichick missing on Mac Jones. Zappi should have been the starter last year. I think everyone realizes that now, right? And so, again, that's just another L. But, another result of when you lose Brady, it affects a lot.
Yeah, the ripple effect is real, man, from that. I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We've all seen the Bulls franchise try to, make up after MJ, and they still haven't been back to a final since. So it's been 20 years. But
rough.
Yeah, it's rough. But real quick, look at the fantasy football playoff bracket. Somehow, because all these teams that are on the cusp, a lot of us are 7-6, and that line right there, if you lose or you fall off of that line, the tiebreakers really go into effect, like how well you did in your division this year, how many points you've scored. All of that plays into effect. I was on the outside looking in last week, and now I had a win over Skywalker, last minute win over Skywalker. With thankfully Jamar Chase and Calvin Ridley did something for me, but I hopped up to number 10. I was out. I was number 11, and I hopped up to number 10 or number 9. I'm sorry, and I'm going against our friend TJ. It would probably smear me in the first rounds, but we'll see if that's how it plays out. The joke's on you is firmly in at number 1, and we have my homie Kyle at Two-Face Mutilators at 4. You're at 5. You're at 4. Same record, 8-5, but you're first in your division, so you could pop up even more. Then we have Lobo.
I'll be the number 1 seed. Yeah.
He's still calling it. He's still calling it. He's still calling the number 1 seed, even though he's at 4. He's still calling it. I love it. I love it. And then we got Necron. Obviously, you see him here. Lobo Raiders at 6. The last son's Carlos. Mr. Transactions at number 3. So everyone, 8-5, 8-5, 8-5, 8-5. And then down here at the bottom, that's really where it gets sticky. Money Train is 6-7. Mr. J 7-6.
Ooh.
So from number
the matchup to look. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
This is just for the playoffs right now. The matchup.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll show you who Money Train is going against today.
Yeah, that's going to be the game. Yeah,
because you want to see if he loses and falls to 6-8, and Skywalker down here in the consolation bracket, one of these teams, one of these teams is going to win.
Oh, okay. So that's the game to watch. Or whoever they're playing.
These 3 teams, we have to watch. Reign of Superman and Legion of Doom, and I'll pop over to the chat, and we have to look at Money Train. If they're going to fall in, because everyone who's 7-6 right now, kind of good. We're kind of all right, but it's below that. That is the
5-8 teams, and
5-8 and 6-7. So, oh man, here it is. Here's the matchup.
They're literally playing each other. And see,
Yo.
this was good that you expanded the playoffs, because like these games matter. You know what I mean? Like a normal fantasy season, it would have been locked up 2 weeks ago. But so yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on this one.
That's where it plays out at the playoff bracket. And then Legion of Doom, who's he going against? Let's see. Oh, you're gonna get a W today. Sorry, DC Talk. Legion of Doom may get a W today. I will say
I think he'll get it.
Bat Dan hasn't been going quietly into the night, but there's a good chance that he's gonna win. Projection total is like 11 points over Bat Dan right now. So we shall see. If Skywalker doesn't get a win, there's a good chance that he's not going to make the playoffs. But if he makes it, it's going to make it interesting to see where the tiebreakers fall, especially in a head-to-head matchup. You beat Money Train Wayne. That should give you the playoff berth over Money Train.
Sky. Oh, yeah. Y'all always pick against Sky. Yeah, so Money Train. But just based on his team. He's the homie. But based on his team, like I always pick against Sky. So, yeah, I think Money Train, I think you're going to punch your ticket to the playoffs, man. That's what it's looking like.
We'll see. Let me just take a look at this matchup real quick. And this isn't the actual thing, but we got Baker Mayfield versus Josh Allen, Austin Eckler versus Alvin Kamara, Amari Cooper versus Zay Flowers, Christian Kirk versus Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis doesn't always hit, bro. I'll tell you that right now.
Kirk out.
Pat Fryermuth already played. He's got you 10 points. That's not really great going against Cole Kmet, who's like the surefire target for Justin Fields. Deebo Samuel, though, I mean, that's huge. He kills. Yeah. Josh Jacobs, that's a hit or miss. Bills defense, that's good, but you are going against KC, so that might be a hard day for you. And then you have Vikings going against the Las Vegas Raiders, so they're probably going to be a little bit better. But Justin Tucker, he's got the best kicker in the game. I will say that, going against Blake Groupie. And Carolina game, there might be a lot of field goals in that New Orleans game. So this is going to be tough, man. It's going to be a tough matchup. But the projection total is giving Money Train like 40 more points than Skywalker right now.
Yeah, I mean, I just think Money Train, his skill player, is going to do more.
Yeah.
And then I think Josh Allen, if he better be on a mission against the Chiefs, Josh Allen today. So I think that's gonna be the difference.
We'll see. And shout out to everyone in the chat. What's up? 187 coming through. Ton of MV Purdy. We'll see, man. Everyone's saying that. Yeah. We'll see. Everyone's saying that, but me and Syl haven't been saying that. We've been saying Dak Prescott.
Year.
Yeah, Dak Prescott, dude. He's the guy right now.
Even if Dak falls down, like I still think there's someone else before Purdy. As far as MVP.
Yeah. Well, and it is time though to get into those predictions. We looked at the fantasy playoffs. Right. All the games are important if you're playing this week, right? However, these are the playoff matchups. Like that's where the line is. I bet not lose either. I'll tell you that much. But I have it's going to be a close game against Dave Miller, who's first in his division and one of the best in our league. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun to see how that goes. But with the predictions, now you see up there, the lowest score and the highest score actually need to be reversed. Kyle, I believe, had the highest score this week, and the lowest score was actually Slade. But I just reversed them on accident. That's different. But obviously, you see there too, Patriots 21, the Steelers 16. What a game that was, like we said. Bill Belichick is back next year, firmly cemented. But 1 o'clock is where it starts, man. That's when the Buccaneers play. That's when the Colts are playing. That's when the Lions are playing versus the Bears. And Money Train's already got a slip for me. We'll pull it up to see what he says for that. But starting off first, in a very surprising spread. I don't know why the spread is this low, but Texans -3. Jets +3. That's all that they're giving them. The Texans on the road versus the New York Jets. Now it's a must win, obviously, for the Jets to stay mathematically in the balance with everything 4 weeks left. But I mean, CJ Stroud going against who? Who's playing quarterback for
Zach Wilson returns.
He's back.
Zach Wilson returns.
Okay. Yeah. The quarterback carousel goes back around to Zach Wilson before Aaron Rodgers gets his start, I believe, probably the 24th or next week, the 16th, or the 17th. I don't think that the Jets stand any chance against the Texans. The Texans are playing for the playoff berth. They're actually playing for, if they can, get the number 1 seed somehow in their division, but they're playing for the playoffs. The Jets are playing for the playoffs with quotation marks. So I think the Texans are going to get the win on the road pretty easily today. I will say Jets defense might give them a little bit of problems, so that's probably why the spread is at 3.5. But I'm going with Vegas. Texans for the win. Who do you got in MetLife today, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a joke of a spread, like you said. If I was betting on a few games, like this is when I would take that -3 like crazy for the Texans against the Jets. Like I don't know what Vegas is up to, but this is one of those where they're giving you a gift. Obviously, I believe the Texans are going to win for all the reasons you mentioned. I mean, there's a playoff team in this game, and then there's not a playoff team in this game. Just easily, the Texans are a better team, better quarterback, better coaching, better, just defense, everything. Oh, not defense though. But they have a solid defense. Jets do have that defense, but Texans have a pretty solid defense as well. But Texas for the win. It's just about how much. I think they'll win by more than a field goal, just a field goal. So Texans. The Jets. What are they playing? And Rodgers isn't coming back if they're like 4-10. He's not coming back this season, man. Like I'm not even gonna risk that. You know what I mean? So
he might.
I wouldn't. I mean, I know your argument with that, just to get those reps. But I'm just saying, bro, you can get reps next preseason, man. Like, this is an easy one. Texans for the win. Definitely cover the spread.
Definitely cover the spread on this one. I will say though, we were supremely wrong about Thursday night and the spread and everything on that. So take these pieces of advice with a grain of salt, everybody.
Well, We wasn't wrong. The Steelers did not cover the spread. They
Oh,
lost.
that's right. They just lost. Okay. We did say that they weren't going to cover. That's right, because of the points. Yeah. All right. Thanks for reminding me. So we're not always wrong. We're not always wrong. We're even when we're wrong, we're right. That's what I should be saying.
Still win something. It's my life motto.
I'm never wrong. We got the Rams versus the Ravens in Baltimore today. I think that's a decent spread, but I don't think they're giving the Rams enough love. I understand it's the Ravens, and every time they go against an elite quarterback this season, they've been giving them a hell of a lot of trouble. But this is a Super Bowl winning quarterback, Matthew Stafford, who's on a tear trying to get his Rams into the playoffs. The Ravens know they're in the playoffs already. This might be a trap game for the Ravens, where they think they're going to win pretty easily, and the Rams come in and say, nah, dude, guess what? We still have Aaron Donald on our field. We still got a defense that's ready to roll, and they still got Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, their running back, who his name eludes me, right? Kyron Williams. Yeah, I think, and Matthew Stafford, the ultimate dad in the game. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to go with a Rams upset on this one. Yeah, because they're playing for their playoff lives, and I've seen the Rams go in and pull upsets on the road before, Matthew Stafford being the one to do it. So I think they absolutely can do it, and they have to do it if they want to keep their playoff dreams alive today. But what do you think is going to happen in Baltimore, Rams versus Ravens?
Yeah, Rams, like and anyone that watches these shows know the Rams, one of my favorite teams just for this season. Like certain seasons, it's a team if they have the right roster, the right coach, and like that was like the Lions last year. Coach Campbell just made you like the team, right? And so with the Rams, this year it's like it was, just seeing McVay and the obvious rebooting, reloading season, but they reloaded like instantly. They got the new number one receiver in Puka Nacua, right? They have their new running back who's like Marshall Faulk type skills, right? You still got Tutu Atwell. Cooper Kupp is still there in the slot. So, and like I can't forget Aaron Donald. Like he's probably still the best defensive player in the world. So pound for pound. So, they are always in these games because they still have it on both sides of the field. I still do believe this whole Lamar versus NFC thing, it hasn't been proven wrong. When he plays Lamar Jackson, he's in the AFC North. Anytime he plays against the NFC teams, it's usually just once every couple of years he plays the NFC because he hasn't been in the Super Bowl. Right. So they don't have enough tape when they scheme against Lamar. You can watch another team scheme against this freak of nature.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
Right.
They
don't have their own tape. And so the Lions got lolly blasted.
Lolly blasted.
Got destroyed. And so the Rams are up next. The next NFC contender to it's like, oh, you need tape on Lamar? He's going to put something on tape for you.
Okay.
Just watch it with your eyes, right? So, the Ravens, they've been cooking all year, a bump here and there. But no, against the NFC, no, I got to go with the Ravens. And I think that's why the spread is so big because they're like, they don't know how to play against Lamar Jackson. Yeah. It's going to be more of the same. Yeah.
That's fair. That's very fair. And I respect that pick. But I'm not changing mine. Go Rams on this day. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens take it to them because that's like a Ravens thing to do, especially at home. It's one of the things counting against the Rams as well is the West Coast teams going east haven't played well all year. It's just a fact. But the East Coast teams going west never have a problem. And another that's a undivision matchup. There's no division there. Like I said, the NFC versus the AFC. But this Panthers versus Saints. This is a division matchup. This is in New Orleans, and the Panthers. They gave the Buccaneers a hard time last week. I don't know if it's going to be the same today, though. They're either giving the Saints more of a favored game today than they gave the Buccaneers last week. Why that is, I don't know. I could not tell you. I think it was more so because we had a lot of people out on the defense and that they knew that the Panthers were going to be able to score. It's not this case for the Saints. They don't have a lot of injuries on defense. Taysom Hill is out, though, so they're going to have a hard time scoring. Derek Carr's playing with broken cartilage in his ribs. So is Jameis Winston going to make it back out there again and provide a spark for this team? Or is Jameis Winston going to go out there and lose them the game? I don't know. But I think I'd be a fool to pick the Panthers because they're the worst team in the NFL. And I'd love to see the Saints lose, though. So that's why I'm making a big diatribe about this. I'd love to see them lose, but obviously they're probably not going to lose at home versus the Panthers. Saints for the win. What do you think is going to happen in New Orleans, bro?
Yeah, like I said, Derek Carr's banged up. You know, he's already eliminated from the Father of the Year, race. We've already eliminated him when he was yelling at the children, on live television. But
not the children.
Yeah, just perception, man. You can't live that down, right? But yeah, he mentioned the rib cartilage injury last week. He also had a concussion. Now he did clear the protocol, so they're expecting Derek Carr to start this game in the Bayou. It's something weird about being down there in New Orleans, and the Panthers. They got to stay on code here. You're 1-11. Let's keep this up, Panthers. So, go down there, take another L. I just think the Saints, just feed Kamara. That's what they're going to do in this game. Chris Olave's been having great numbers the last couple of weeks, actually, too, with either Winston or Derek Carr in the lineup. So, this is a must-win. Like we're talking about, like playoff pressure. Like, this one here, the Saints really got to win just to keep pace with the Falcons and Bucks. We'll go with the Saints for the win.
Yeah, they got the must win in Week 14 for the Saints to keep their playoff hopes alive. And then on to the Jaguars and Browns, who aren't necessarily in must win situations, but they both want to obviously win to keep their playoff hopes where they are at. Now, this is important because the Jaguars have Trevor Lawrence. I saw a video of him hopping on his ankle, doing all things. He was practicing all week. So he's ready to go, man. He's playing. Clear. Yeah, he's clear to go. But on the other side, you got footsteps Flacco on the other side, dude. Coming back, looking good last week. But the defense actually couldn't get off the field for once last game. So the reason why the spread is where it is because I don't think the Vegas knows what the hell is going to happen. But
right. This is a pick 'em.
Yeah, sure. But the Browns are at home. They do have and have had a more consistent defense all year. So I think that's why they're going to go ahead and pick that. But I think that Joe Flacco might make some mistakes this game. Nobody's talking about Josh Allen on the Jaguars, the defensive back. The defensive lineman, he is dirty. And I don't like the Browns offensive line is little, we haven't really heard about their running game the last couple of weeks. I'll tell you that. So I think the Jaguars pull up the upset. Trevor Lawrence didn't come back to play and not play well. He's looking over the sideline and be like, yo, Joe Flacco is still playing right now. I'm not about to lose to him. And I think the Jaguars got to go in on the road and get this victory in Cleveland, one of the hardest places to play. So this is probably a bad pick by me, but I'm doing it anyways. Who do you think is going to win Jaguars versus Browns today, bro?
Oh, if I didn't like Trevor Lawrence before this countdown episode here, I like him less because you said he's dissing Flacco. Like, I'm like, you don't diss Joe Flacco.
Nah, he wasn't. He wasn't.
He won the greatest runs in playoff history.
That's
Flacco
not real.
was taking out Hall of Famers. He was doing everything.
I'm saying that's how he. Nah, I'm saying that's probably how he's looking. That's not confirmed. That's not confirmed.
I just needed more reasons not to like Trevor Lawrence.
I feel you.
No, but no. Shout out to Trevor Lawrence. I've been hard on him all season. I still will be. First off, but he is trying to gut it out. He is officially cleared to play after that high ankle sprain, which looked really bad. It looked really bad seeing it in real time. Like, say what you want about, favorite players, or if you don't like a player, you don't see nobody like go down with a leg injury. Like in the height of Tom Brady mania, when they just destroyed his knee, I was like, this sucks for football, when a great quarterback goes out, and this is when I was around people. Some people cheered when Brady, and there's scumbags out there. They cheered because Brady got hurt because he just blew up his knee. You just literally saw it. Yep. And I was like, I don't care. Like, obviously I want the Patriots to lose, but I want Brady in the lineup when they lose. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want it where, oh, he's hurt. Oh, they suck
Doesn't
now.
feel earned then, right? Yeah, like you didn't
That's
earn
trash.
that.
So with Trevor Lawrence, it's like when he went down Monday Night Football last week. I said, man, this sucks, man, because I want to see them at their full strength, right? So he's playing. So that's great. That's great for him. He's not gonna be 100%. I know he's gonna try. So we'll see what they do. I always like Travis Etienne on the team. He's a great weapon. It's about Flacco, man. I love for Flacco, man. They're still in a 5th seed in the playoffs. The Browns, they had a great start to the year. Got a nice cushion to figure out what they want to do at quarterback.
Yeah.
Jets, you should have done that. And so now they're ready for the stretch run. Myles Garrett, he seems healthy after that scare a couple weeks ago as well on defense. So we're going for the Browns at home. This is kind of like a mini statement game too, because it's like, okay, Browns, are you going to free fall like the Steelers, or are you going to kind of find your footing here? They got a quarterback, so we got to go for Flacco for this game, man.
Gotta find your footing with footsteps, Flacco. I love it, dude. I love it. And then we got Colts on the road in Cincinnati versus maybe the backup quarterback Super Bowl right here, dude. We'll see how it is, because both of these QBs haven't been like some of the other backup QBs that we've seen this season. They've actually been playing very well. Now, there's sometimes they make some mental errors, but for the rest of the game, they're playing very well and getting games and winning games and putting their team in the position to be in the playoffs. Now, Gardner Minshew has been playing longer this season, but Jake Browning has better numbers. So you got to say, if Jake Browning can find his receivers, if the defense can pull together, what is this team going to do? What is this Bengals team going to be? What's their identity? We'll see. Against a Colts team that's really been doing what they do, whether at home or on the road, they run the ball effectively, they stop the ball on defense, and Gardner Minshew kind of just manages the game. And every once in a while, gives you a good throw. So I'm actually going to go with the Colts. I'm picking road games all day today, I guess. Colts, to keep their playoffs hope alive, they've been on more of a heater than the Bengals have and been more consistent. So I'm going to go with the Colts taking the win on the road. How do you feel about this game in Cincinnati, though, dude?
Well, my Colts home away from home. I really wish we had the young phenom a couple weeks ago, because I would have went to that game in Indy.
Yeah.
With Anthony Richardson if he was playing. But I save a little money, so I'll go next season, right? But the Colts, they are a real scrappy team, man. They're a real scrappy team, and again, it's like if you just like football, this is the type of team that you'll be impressed with watching. It's not always pretty, but they do have offensive weapons like Michael Pittman Jr., who's becoming a true number one receiver, right? Zach Moss is having a breakout year when Jonathan Taylor was holding out, having a great year. Jonathan Taylor was looking great. Now Taylor's hurt. You still got Zach Moss right there on offense as well. And they've been finding other weapons, like just guys I didn't really know the Colts had on receivers. So Minshew magic is a real thing. They're going to be in every single game. That's their formula. Shane Steichen, the head coach, doing a great job with that team. I still keep feeling it's about next year with the Colts. Like, even though I don't know why I've been picking against them recently, but it's like I just feel like I know this ain't the final product, but they're going to be in every team. Now the Bengals, man, I was ready to just march them out to the pasture. Like, it's over. It's over.
Right. Me too.
But you got Browning. Browning has been playing amazing. Jake Browning has been playing amazing.
Exceptional.
He showed something in last Monday Night Football as well, going toe-to-toe with Trevor Lawrence. People could say what they want, like, oh, well, Lawrence got hurt, then that's why the Jags lost. No, that was like the last drive of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Like, Browning was putting up numbers. And one of the main reasons he was throwing to Mr. 7-Eleven himself, Jamar Chase, always open.
Yes, sir.
Jamar Chase people thought he was going to just take a dive because Joe Burrow was out. Like, no, Browning is like forcing it to Jamar Chase. You have a top 3 receiver in the game. Yes, you force it to him. Now, T. Higgins, they're not getting a lot of traction right there, or other people, but he's throwing the ball to Jamar Chase. And he's finding other weapons as well, too. So you still got Joe Mixon. Bengals at home has still a lot to play for. They're right there in the playoff race. I'm going with the Bengals. I'm going with the Bengals actually to win this game. Quick fun fact, Indianapolis and Cincinnati, like 45 minutes away from each other. So you got Colts fans, they're going to be in the house. And Bengals fans always travel to Indy if the game's there. So this is literally like a short drive away from each other. Ohio and Indiana right there. So it's always fun to see them kind of mix. But Bengals for the win. I'm not going to sleep on them the rest of this year.
It's a little tri-state rivalry you got there with like the Michigan, Chicago, Ohio right there all around the Great Lakes. Yeah, it's very cool. And it's awesome to see that. Hopefully we do see a bunch of Colts fans there because they are this is playoff mode for both of these teams. It depends on this could decide your season, especially where the wild card is concerned. Right. This is very, very big game here at 1:00. Another very big game for the NFC South. The Buccaneers versus the Falcons. Hopefully, no players went out and had some lemon pepper last night because we got some rookies on the team that might indulge themselves, but hopefully our vets in the house kept them away. We got a lot of vets on the team too, so hopefully they kept them away. Now, I believe Vita Vea is playing today. He's been questionable all week, and I believe he is playing probably on limited snap counts. I'm not worried about that necessarily. We do have Levante David back, I believe. Oh man, I didn't even look at the injury report to be honest, but he's back. And the important part about Levante David being back, he's back. Devin White is out. Devin White has been playing awful all season long. He's been a detriment to our defense. The fact that he's out, I think the defense might actually play better today. And with our backups that we had last week, they didn't do too bad. But that's also the reason why the Panthers had so many points. The Falcons got a 2.5 point spread favored here. They're at home. They're 4-2 at home. The Bucs are 2-4 away on the road. So everything's pointing you to go to Falcons today. But obviously, I'm not going with the Falcons. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stupid. I'm going with the Buccaneers. They got to win this. Get Chris Godwin the ball. If his wife has to go on IG and complain again, the season's over, bro. Get Chris Godwin the ball. Mike Evans has over 1,000 yards. Check. Done. Don't need to worry about that anymore. He's got the record again. Good. Now get Chris Godwin the ball, feed Rashad White, and stop the Atlanta offense. Desmond Ridder is not playing today. I believe it's a different guy for their quarterback.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's a different guy, if I'm not mistaken.
It's
somebody I didn't even hear. Someone's starting today that I did not know of before for the Atlanta Falcons.
Nothing's popping up yet, but so you was hearing that Ridder is out? Like
I was hearing that somebody else was starting for the Falcons today. Who's starting for Falcons QB today?
Because he still has Heineke on the depth chart. I mean, I wouldn't start Ridder either if they'll be smart,
right?
If he's not starting, but I don't see anything. I just see they have another emergency quarterback.
Maybe that's what it was.
Okay.
I thought somebody else was. I heard something today or yesterday that somebody else was. Arthur Smith announced that somebody else was starting back and are starting today. But maybe I'm wrong about that. But
well, you should want Ridder to start as a.
I know. I do want him to start. It's like we don't need you guys getting any sort of life over there. Okay, I need you guys to be right where you are. The Falcons played well against the Saints a couple weeks ago. They've been playing enough and well enough to keep the top spot in the NFC South. So this is not going to be an easy game. And if the Bucs don't go in playing lights out and they make stupid mistakes like they have all year long, then it's going to be an easy game for the Falcons. It just goes without saying. I have a feeling today's going to end with a lot of Fire Top Bulls tweets, but we'll see how it goes. I need you to get a win today, Buccaneers, but what do you think is going to happen on the road versus the Falcons in Atlanta, dog?
Well, I mean, you gave me every reason to pick the Falcons for this game. Like everything you listed, I was like, something Falcons are a better team. They're at home. lemon pepper, yeah, all this stuff put together. Arthur Smith has realized how to use Bijan Robinson because teams was kind of figuring it out early.
Yep.
You still got Cordell Patterson. He still got weapons on the outside. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, everything except the quarterback. Right, the Falcons. That's really all they need. So they probably should run the ball a lot, rely on their strong defensive front.
Yep.
They're at home. This is, for the Bucks. Yeah, this is a must-win game, man. Like this, this is it. This is it right here. And the Falcons, they still got to win because they got to, the Saints is right on their necks right there. So, man, I got to go with the home team. Lemon pepper has been a real thing for 2 seasons on this countdown show. And I think really right now, like I said, the quarterback, that's the only angle that the Bucks would have to win this game. It's just everything else is literally against the Bucks. Now, doesn't mean it's impossible for them to win and things like that. It's like, no, I don't think it's impossible. I think you can catch Ritter slipping. Maybe he'll switch him out for Heineke on the second half or something like that, and that's not a huge upgrade.
Yep.
But you just match all this up together and line these teams up. Falcons at home. I think the Falcons take the win.
I hate to see it, man. I hate to see it. But if Tampa Bay does get the win today, they'll have the same record as Atlanta, and that'll put them at first in division because they have a tie. They would have, if they win, they'll have a tied head-to-head matchup, and Tampa Bay will have a better in-division record. So that's the tiebreaker for that. A big game, I guess, for you, man. Can the Bears upset the Lions, bro? Can the Bears? They almost did. Like, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago? Yeah, they almost did. It was so close. Do you think now they're at home? They're not in Detroit anymore. The Bears at home. What do you think is going to happen, bro? Take it away, man. Lions versus Bears.
Well, I'm a believer in, just, what do I see with my eyes, right? Like, it's not about, just stats and the QBR. I know we talk a lot of analytics sometimes and, you look at teams' records. That's not what I'm worried about. How do these teams look? Okay, that's all I'm asking going into this game. Now we said the real season starts, Thanksgiving, and then after Thanksgiving, what's up? Well, yep. The Bears got to win after Thanksgiving. They should have beat the Lions as well, and the Lions actually lost on Thanksgiving. I'm just saying it's like we actually have more momentum than the Lions right now. This is just the reality, folks. The Lions, yes, the Lions are 9-3. They have they're in full control of the division. As long as they don't take too many losses. This is a division game. The Bears, we just took out the mighty Vikings on a prime time win against them. I'm just saying, Justin Fields, he knows that this is full dress rehearsal for the entire league, just in case the Bears want to move off of him. The coaching staff for the Bears, they're playing the best defensive schemes because they know they're probably doing a dress rehearsal because they're all going to get fired for this year as well, too. Stranger things have happened, folks. Yeah. And at the end of the day, these are still the Lions. I mean, I know people get caught up like, oh, they won so many games. And you're still Detroit Lions now. I don't know if they forgot. If they forgot that they weren't from Detroit anymore, like, I'm just saying. All right. Now, I would say, if you line up the Lions versus Vikings right now with Justin Jefferson back, I think the Vikings are a better team, but we beat the Vikings. Okay. We just beat the Vikings. So the Lions, you lost to the Packers, and we actually should have beaten us. Bears should have beaten the Lions head to head in Pontiac, Michigan, wherever y'all play at. Right now, I'm just saying, man. All I'm saying is that, we're playing with house money because the Panthers, we got on the phone with them earlier this year. We said, hey, Panthers, we need y'all to secure that number 1 pick, right? We're actually going to try to win some games because we know we still have a top 5 pick, right? So it doesn't hurt us to get 5 wins for this season or 6 wins for this season. Yeah. Right, 4-8. So this doesn't hurt. All this does is hurts the Lions, just their pride as a division. And we got to get a win against this division team. Long story short, bear down. We're going for the Bears for the upset win in Chicago.
Let's go.
These are the same old Lions. I got so caught up in all these numbers and stuff, man. Yeah, the same old Lions. Y'all thought y'all different now. Is your whole franchise changed now? No. Take this L and then limp into the playoffs and lose your first game in the playoffs. It's over.
Yes.
Bears for the win.
Yo, the pun that you didn't even intend to have in there. You said you gotta hurt their pride, dude. Oh man, it's so good. The Lions' pride, dude. Yeah. Keep that same energy, bro. Yo, I'm going Bears for the win too, bro. I'm going Bears for the win too, bro. Come on, dude. The Lions barely beat the Saints last week with Jameis Winston, dude. Come on, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, dog?
Something doesn't feel right with the Lions, man. It don't right for a loss.
That's it. It is what it is, man. It might be the same old Lions on that front. But before we move on to the 4 o'clock games, I did just want to take a look. Money Train made a slip for this game. So let's see what he's got. This is plus 10,000 chance to win, basically. Jameer Gibbs. It's very good. Jameer Gibbs over 38.5. Dave Montgomery, 60 plus yards for alternate rushing yards. Nice. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 70 plus, very doable. Sam Laporta, 40 plus, very doable. Jameis Winston. So you think Jameis Winston's going to play today, bro? He's not starting, dude.
No, you're talking about Jameson Winston, the receiver for
why did I say Jameis? Yeah. I saw Jameson and I was like, yeah, it's Jameson Winston. Okay. No, that's 25 plus yards. Okay, yeah. David Montgomery, anytime touchdown, and Sam Laporta, anytime touchdown. Yeah, very possible, very doable. So, hey, you could bet $3 and make $324 on this wager right now, dude.
This is a 7-leg bet. Those are tricky. Anything like over 5 legs are kind of tough. So we'll see, man. Hey, I mean, if you win this, man, get a shot for me, man. Drink one for me. Because you should be celebrating if you hit this, man.
Yeah, straight up. Go to my channel page and right at the top there is a tip.
He's like, get it. Yeah. Shot for me, but I know that's all you. Because that's
dude.
Man.
Nah, dude. Support the stream, dog. Stream Elements. The tip thing is right there, dog. It's right at the top of my channel, dude. It's right at the top of my channel.
If you win this, you got a tip to get off the channel.
Support the stream, dog. Support the stream. Oh, God. Gotta love it. But yeah, that is a very good slip, honestly. It's very doable, but you have a lot of factors in there, so it's hard to tell with those 7 legs. But I want to bring up real quick, we'll put the game cast on for those 1 o'clock games so people can take a look at those while we have those. But at 4 o'clock, we're at the 4 o'clock games now. Seahawks, 49ers, division game, a replay of a couple of weeks ago. It's a 13.5 point spread. Very reasonable considering where these two teams are. I will say, though, Seahawks played very well against the Cowboys last week. Geno Smith is questionable. That's the thing why the spread is so big.
Game-time decision.
Drew Lock has been playing all week and preparing all week. And you're like, cool, Drew Lock, how did we get him? Oh, right, the trade, Russell Wilson. And that's how he's still over there. So it remains to be seen what happens for the quarterbacks, though. But we know what the 49ers are. This doesn't have to be a hard pick. I'm not going to make it hard. 49ers are going to win. If Geno Smith is in, I don't think that they cover the spread. If he's not in, the spread's covered easily. What do you think is going to happen in Santa Clara today, bro?
Well, I think, like you said, it's more of the same. The Thanksgiving massacre, like the 12s were like cooked like turkeys in their own stands when the 49ers went out there. So I see the same thing happening. And yeah, I mean, you had Geno. He has these high points. During the season, this is the new Geno Smith where, he's more of a game manager. He's not going to be the reason why you win, but then he'll have these peak moments where he's putting up numbers like he did against the Cowboys. Well, with him having that groin re-aggravated injury, game time decision, you're not getting that peak Geno Smith in this game. It just, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, the 49ers for the win. The 49ers are on a mission. They see the Eagles are wounded. They beat the Eagles. So they're hoping for the Cowboys to beat them. So the 49ers want to get that number 1 seed in the NFC. I think they cover the spread. I think this can get ugly, more ugly than Thanksgiving. for this game. So 49ers for the win.
More ugly than Thanksgiving, man. That'd be tough. That'd be tough for the Seahawks fans on the road there. But Carlos is already picking next game. He says Raiders with the upset against the Vikings. Joshua Dobbs, is he a flash in the pan? Now you have Justin Jefferson finally coming back, maybe adding some dynamic offense to that scheme that they have there for the Vikings. I don't know how to pick this game. The Raiders, they've been playing hit or miss too. It's like, well, what are you going to be? Are you going to be the team that's very good defense and can't score? Is O'Connell, is he the answer or is he not? But Antonio Pierce is trying to make sure that this team doesn't flutter at the end of the season and he can get a real-time head coaching job and not just be the interim head coach. The Vikings, they're trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. I don't think the Raiders might not be mathematically in it yet, but the Vikings actually, if you ended the season today, they're in the playoffs. So they got to keep it alive, and they have to go on the road and get these wins and show themselves that they can get these wins. It's only a 3-point spread, kind of a pick-em game if you want to take it that way, but they don't know what the spread is going to be or the end of the game is going to be, but they think that the Vikings are going to win. I got to go with Vegas on this. I think the Vikings get the win on the road with JJ coming back, man. It's just too much of a spark for the Raiders to overcome, even though they're at home and they're playing in Las Vegas. Well, what do you think is going to happen, Vikings Raiders?
Yeah, like we've been saying with the Vegas Raiders, interim coach Antonio Pierce hasn't up to play every week. Like, I mean,
Yep.
I hope he really gets the job next year with his own staff and really does it big for them. Right now, they're like at the brink of being, out of the playoff conversation period. They got to kind of win out at this point with 7 losses already. So,
Yeah.
The Vikings, the head coach said Joshua Dobbs is still the starting quarterback. So he's been preparing all week to be the starter. I still believe in Joshua Dobbs, and then you get the best receiver in the league coming back this game. Justin Jefferson is coming back this game. You still got Jordan Addison, who's really became a number 1 receiver when Jefferson's been out. You still got KJ Osborne, who's a good, just a third weapon or so. You still got TJ Hawkinson, who's,
one of the best.
Top 3 tight end right now.
Yeah.
Right. So they got the weapons. They got a running back by committee. Joshua Dobbs runs the ball. The Vikings, is on a mission here. They may not catch the Lions in that division, but like you said, the Vikings are in the playoff. They're technically, seeded right now. They just got to keep winning.
Yep.
Jefferson, according to what they were saying with the pregames this morning, is that they're throwing the whole playbook.
Nice.
He's not limited. Yeah, so this is going to be the full attack with Justin Jefferson back, and this is the first time Joshua Dobbs will have him. So, I'm liking what the Vikings are going to do. I'm going to go with them for the win. And I think the Raiders are going to keep it, tough and close because they got good coaching right now. So, Vikings for the win.
Vikings for the win on the road. And another team going on the road, trying to get that win, keep their playoff hopes alive is the Broncos, man, who we think is the coach of the year, Sean Payton, and the coach of the near firing future at the Chargers. I don't even know his name. I just know that they have an awful offensive coordinator in Kellen Moore. Brandon Staley. Okay, yeah. I think both those guys are gone after this season. The Chargers have been playing well at home. It's been where they've getting most of their wins and have most of their scoring. But the Broncos, man, they have something to play for. Russell Wilson has something to play for. They did lose a close one last week against the Texans, but I think that tonight's the bounce back game. The Chargers, again, I keep asking, like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? And they keep, like, fluttering and flailing and not being a team. So I think we're going to see more of that today, unfortunately, for Chargers fans. Austin Eckler is probably going to get his numbers. Justin Herbert's probably going to get his numbers, but they're still going to find a way to lose, I believe. It's just the Chargers' way at this point. And the Broncos are just better coached. The defense is better. They may get some turnovers from Justin Herbert and the Chargers team, who isn't well coached. And I think ultimately their defense will get them the win today on the road. And that 2.5-point spread, that's pretty good for, the pick'em game. But I think they're not giving the Broncos enough favorability on this. I think the Broncos should be favored and not the Chargers. even though they're on the road. I think the Broncos are taking the win today on the road versus the Chargers. What do you think is going to happen in SoFi today, bro?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you kind of summed it up with the Chargers. This is about coaching. This is what this game comes down to. If unless you have like just a clear, weapon like a Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes, but these teams here, Broncos, fairly average team, but they play high because of the coach, and we've seen this run they've been on.
Right.
Russell Wilson just plays, the script, and they're in all these games. The Chargers have terrible coaching. I mean, people may pick Justin Herbert as a great quarterback. He just hasn't shown it. I mean, it's nothing that's convincing me, that this dude's up next. Like, this was up next. This guy? No, I don't see Justin Herbert, really doing anything. It's sad to see because he has one of the greats, Keenan Allen. This dude's going to probably be Hall of Fame worthy receiver because of his numbers. I'm talking about Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
But Herbert has him, but they still can't figure it out. You got Austin Eckler. You still can't figure out this offense. That's coaching. That's definitely coaching. And I don't believe in this Chargers team going up against good coaching. So that's why I'm going to go with the Broncos. I guess Vegas, again, this is under 3, so it's really a pick 'em.
Yeah.
More people putting money on the home team in this case. But, this is another one like, hey, if I was putting money on this, I'll take that plus 2.5 with the Broncos there because I think they're gonna pull up that upset there, technically. And the Chargers, just fire everybody, man. It's
Clear house, especially when you have Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack on defense. Like, you shouldn't have a bad defense at all. You have very stout front line right there. But yeah, man, Chargers fans, see you next year. Bills Chiefs at 425. One of the biggest games of the day. This would probably be a Sunday night game if it wasn't for the Eagles Cowboys being Sunday night. Bills and Chiefs, pick 'em game, right? More people having money on the home team for the Chiefs, obviously, but the Bills, they're getting respect though, because the Chiefs could be more highly favored, even though the Bills have a way worse record than them. But it's just been how they're playing lately. Vegas is going off the eye test too, I think, with this one. Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes, two of the best quarterbacks in the game, two really good defenses in the game. So we'll see how this plays out, but I want to get your feelings on this game first, because this is a big game at 425. Bills versus Chiefs in Arrowhead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like this game, this is why this season's so weird, because this is supposed to be like the marquee, like you said. This is the game. Yes, Eagles, Cowboys, that deserves it, and one of these games would have been flexed to like Monday or something. But
I know.
Bills, you know what I mean? It's like, but just the way these teams been playing, the Bills, explosive offense potential, but turnovers. That's what beats the Bills every single game. They're 6-6. That's an average record. They're playing average, when you put everything mixed in there. But you still got Josh Allen, right? You still, I'm still. This is not like with the Chargers where everything's going wrong. Maybe it's some coaching. Maybe the team's fighting against each other. But Justin Herbert can raise above. No. But Josh Allen can. Josh Allen can, put this team on his back. He could lose it for him as well too. That's just what he's like the present day. If y'all, I'm sounding old saying this, but if you younger people out there haven't seen Brett Favre play, I grew up watching Brett Favre. This is literally what Josh Allen is. Like, he will sling it in there, and then sometimes it just don't make it, and then he gets picked off or something. And you just ride high with the gunslinger. That's why I like Josh Allen. But and the Chiefs, I mean, man, this isn't, your older brother's Patrick Mahomes led Chiefs here. This is not what they're supposed to have been. Since the moment Patrick Mahomes stepped on the field with a Chiefs jersey, they are guaranteed at least 3 touchdowns. Guaranteed. You know what I mean? This is the first year where I'm just like, wait a minute. He may not make that last drive. They may not catch that ball. I know they got one of the Pacheco's banged up the running back by committee. They're not going to do the tush push. It's like, but their defense is great. The Chiefs, this is the best defense Patrick Mahomes has ever had. If he's had this type of defense his whole career, he would have won like 4 straight Super Bowls right now. If he had this defense that they have, he would have. He would have beat Brady every time. He would have beat anyone with this defense and the offense they've had, with Tyreek Hill and everything.
They had it, yeah.
Yeah, do you see what I'm saying? This is the best. But with this offense they have right now, I cannot in good conscience say that Patrick Mahomes can lead this team to score more than the Josh Allen team. I can't. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. This is obviously a pick'em game and everything, but there's no way I think the Chiefs is going to outscore the Bills in this game. And I never thought I would say that with a Patrick Mahomes team. We're going for the Bills. This may be a shocking upset to some people, but I'm just saying, bro. You think the Chiefs are going to score more than 20 points in this game?
Yeah.
I know Josh Allen's about to. I know he's going to. He's going to probably throw you a couple. He'll throw you a couple pick sixes, but he's going to score more than 20 points. So I'm just saying, I'm going for the Bills. I'm looking forward to seeing this game, but I know people are going to write the eulogy of the Chiefs after this. You still don't want to see them. You still don't want to see them in a dark alley. But this game is about scoring points as well, as long as coaching and stuff too. But right here, the Bills are just going to score more points. It sounds simple, and I'm going with the Bills for the win.
I mean, a fair assessment, man, and I completely agree with you because the Chiefs' offense has just been inconsistent, to say the least, about them, and the Bills have been ramping up ever since they fired their Ken Dorsey, the offensive coordinator. They've been playing well ever since. So the Bills not being favored makes sense since they're on the road and they don't have a better record. But the Chiefs, I don't think, have enough firepower to stick with the Bills. The Bills' defense also been playing pretty healthy and playing well recently. Now, obviously, you can't discount that game against the Eagles too much. A couple weeks ago, and then they went and I think they slapped the next team that they played. They had a bye week, if I'm not mistaken, last week. So coming off a bye, looking relatively healthy versus the Chiefs. Man, you cannot count out the Bills. And that's why everyone likes them. That's why they have so many fans, because in these games they come to play and they upset the other team. And every time we played against the Bills as a Patriots team, you couldn't count them out. You had to all right, we got to play against the Bills. It's going to be a game. They're going to have something for you. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of Von Miller tonight making some plays on Patrick Mahomes, because as a veteran guy, you have those names on your list. You're like, all right, who do I have on here? Who do I want? Who do I still need? And I think Patty Mahomes is one of those guys that Von Miller would like to sack, maybe get a strip fumble or something out of there. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we see. And I firmly believe the Bills are going to get this win. They have to keep their playoff hopes alive. And the Chiefs, they're in the playoffs already. So I think that's what we'll see. And we saw Taylor Swift's boyfriend with his head in his hands last weekend on the bench in the first quarter. I think we're going to see some more of that, bro. Isaiah Pacheco's out. They are starting Clyde Edwards-Helaire, their backup backup running back, doing a little bit committee with the other guy who I can't remember his name. I apologize for not doing it.
McKinnon, I believe. McKinnon. Yeah.
Yes, AJ McKinnon, I think.
So no running game. Okay.
No running game, right. Ryan, all of Patrick Mahomes, and your offense has been lackluster, to say the least. So I'm just looking at my Justin Fields pass short right to Mooney for 28 yards, and it was a penalty, unnecessary roughness. The Bears might win this game. We might have picked that night. We might have picked that exactly. How you feel, Money Train? How you feel, Money Train?
It's a division. The Bears, they already figured out the Lions a couple weeks ago. I'm just saying.
Hey,
and the Bears' defense is what's been playing better. If they figured them out, I'm just saying, bro. I ain't gonna spend too much time on it.
we'll see how it goes.
Money Train.
Sorry, Money Train. I'm feeling the same way right now. I'm feeling the same way. So a quick look into the 1:00 games before we predict the night games. Buccaneers, Falcons are tied up at 3. Falcons are driving down the field. Yeah. Bears, Lions. Bears are driving down the field at 7-0. It's Colts for Bengals. Bengals are up 7-0. The Colts are driving down the field right now, though. Yep. Hey, Brownie, he ain't nothing to snuff at. We told y'all, Jaguars are down versus the Browns right now. Joe Flacco has their team firmly in the lead, 7-0. 7-0, just a touchdown. All tied up in the NFC South there.
little
Panthers.
Okay.
Panthers versus Saints all tied up still in the first quarter. Towards the end of the first quarter there. Yeah. And the Saints, I saw them driving down the field. So no score in the Texans versus Jets game either. Very surprising. Not surprising, though. You see a 2nd and 17 for the Jets. You know, that's unusual for them behind the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Rams early lead versus the Ravens. Only up by a field goal, 3-0. But man, we got some games right now. Got some games right now at the 1 o'clock window. So let's make these night picks. Let's get out of here. Let's go enjoy some football. Sunday night, one of the biggest games you could have all season.
Dude.
The biggest fan base in America, as I'm told, the Cowboys, going against the next biggest fan base in America, as I'm told, the Eagles. Everybody in America is going to be watching this game, besides like a few areas. I saw the TV broadcast like map. Mm-hmm. Everybody is going to be watching this game. Eagles versus Cowboys. There's a reason why it's in prime time. This might decide the NFC number 1 seed. As Israel said, we think the 49ers are going to get a win. If that happens and the Cowboys win at home, the 49ers jump up to the number 1 seed, which is very important because you want that first week of the bye week in the playoffs so you can rest up. Cowboys are favored at home, only by 3.5 points. So Vegas is saying we don't really know how the spread's going to work out, but we think the Cowboys are going to win. And why would you pick against them? They're on a winning streak of like 5-6 weeks now, I think. They've been scoring over 40 points consistently every game. And the Eagles have been very up and down and winning these games. Necron said it earlier. I think their luck runs out tonight. We don't have any reason to believe that Dak Prescott's going to have like an otherworldly bad game. He's been playing the best he has his entire career. I think at home, you'd be stupid to pick the Eagles, and I'm not going to be stupid. I'm going Cowboys at home to pull this mightily victory out that they've been waiting to get back since they lost on the road versus the Eagles. And they played the Eagles very well that game. Let's not forget. It was a very close game. So I think Cowboys at this point in the season, they're two different teams where they were at the earlier point in the season. Cowboys got a whole heck of a lot of confidence, as they should. And the Eagles are like trying to save face right now. Because if they lose this game, they can lose some more games, and then they're firmly out of the number 1 seed. So we'll see how it goes. But I got Cowboys winning at home tonight in a thriller, probably a shootout if we know anything about the NFC East. But what do you think is going to happen in Dallas tonight, Eagles versus Cowboys?
Yeah, the Eagles, like you said, something's been missing all year with the Eagles. Like they've been gutting out wins. You can't discount that. That's why it's like, you know, like the Chiefs early, like, oh, the Chiefs don't look right, but they were winning. It's just when you start losing, like it just kind of just becomes this big growing like ball of losses that comes to you. And I mean, like I said, the Eagles, they got destroyed last week with the 49ers, you know, in Philly. It's got to be embarrassing. Then you go on the road to your division rival, the Cowboys, and Dak Prescott, you know, again, he's playing his best. He's my MVP right now. If the season stopped right now, but you know, Dak, you gotta win this game now. Like this isn't like right. Getting participation trophies and stuff like that. You actually have to win this game to keep this whole narrative of MVP and the Cowboys are in there. It's gonna be rocking in that stadium Sunday night. You know, primetime game, nationally televised, Jerry's World as they call it down there. Like the Cowboys, they gotta be ready. Micah Parsons be at least like a top 5 defensive player in this game, because you're not that every week, bro. Like you're a great specimen, but I don't see these numbers with Micah Parsons. I just have to throw a shot at him real quick. But as far as with the Cowboys, though, I firmly believe the Cowboys right now are a better team than the Eagles right now. I just feel like just overall, they're a better team. Cowboys are at home. They got the better quarterback right now. You got to go with the Cowboys for this game, you know. And Vegas has a slightly over 3 because it is more leaning towards Cowboys. You know, I would have had that like at 4 points, you know, really or higher. So yeah, we're going for the Cowboys for the win. Just the trajectory of the Eagles is, I just feel like they're leveling off. They lost a big game. You know, they won some games they should have lost earlier this year against the Commanders and people like that. Now it's like, law of averages. It's time for you to take these L's, Eagles. Not saying you're a bad team. You're still going to beat like the Lions or somebody in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But as far as right now,
NFC South.
Cowboys are saying, yeah, we should be in this conversation. I know the 49ers whooped both of us, Eagles. They're like talking to each other like, we both got whooped by the 49ers. I get it. But the Cowboys like, we're better than you, Eagles, right now. And so now, if the Cowboys lose this game, okay, I'm just going to say this real quick. I'm picking the Cowboys.
You're caveating it?
No caveat. No. The Cowboys are going to win. But if they lose this game, Dak is firmly, like, never bring up Dak in the MVP conversation ever again. That's one thing. And never, ever, ever put the Cowboys in a top-tier conversation for the rest of his career. This regime, this version of the Cowboys, which it'll probably be a span of another 3 or 4 years of just this core. I don't ever want to hear them in a conversation of, we can win the division. I don't want it. So, yes, Cowboys for the win. And, hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If they lose, that's it. That you can't even be considered for MVP ever again.
Ever. Wow.
The rest of your career.
Damn.
And this little generation of the Cowboys, just this little 3 or 4 year period right here, don't ever put them in a conversation of top tier NFC teams going forward. So we'll see. That's what's on the line. But Cowboys for the win.
Hey, Cowboys for the win. My goodness, dude. My goodness. Hey, we're on the same page there. What's on the line is your career being over.
That's rough, bro.
That's what you just said, bro. That's what you just said.
Bucks with a touchdown.
Yeah, Bucks with a touchdown. Like you said, I'm glad that Desmond Ridder started today because he threw an interception on his own 8-yard line. I'm looking at it, like Bucks are like one play and they're on the goal line. I'm like, how is that possible? Yeah, Baker Mayfield left tackle for 2 yards. He himself got the touchdown, I believe. He ran it in. So
push.
Yeah, give us the lead. We love to see it. That's Sunday night. Monday night, the double headers are back.
I love these.
Let's go, dude. Let's go, because we all know we're gonna have to switch back and forth. It's gonna be like we rather see the Packers versus the Dolphins, right?
Is at the same time. The Packers game is on ESPN. Titans Dolphins on ABC. So I got the YouTube TV, so I might have the double box up.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, dude. You gotta have that. That's key, especially if you have a big screen. You shot them all out on there. I don't know. Wrap it up.
Hey, we picked the Cowboys, bro.
Picked them, bro.
I'm just saying, if they lose, hey, that's the results. If they lose, man.
Questionable. Yeah. I gotta do it. Hey. We gotta say the things that we feel, man. We wouldn't be SylNation Sports Network if we didn't keep it real with y'all. All right. But Monday night, as we said, Packers versus Giants, the Titans versus Dolphins. I don't know if we haven't spent a whole lot of time on this, but I will say, I think the Packers versus Giants is going to be more of a game, and it's just because they got Tommy DeVito down there. Yeah. You know, Tommy DeVito, he might give him some sauce, especially at home. Yeah. You're in New Jersey, in front of the family. Don't do it in front of the family. Yeah,
with Tommy DeVito, because last time when I brought up Tommy DeVito, first it's some real magic there. Even Saquon Barkley's buying into it. The home fans. Now, Tommy DeVito, he got a couple wins already, so they got him a sandwich already in New York, right? Now, I forgot the ingredients, right? But
it sounded good.
But it's like it's like one of them, New York type sandwiches, and the sauce is a special vodka sauce.
Oh, let's go!
What they put on it, vodka. The Tommy DeVito sandwich with vodka sauce. It's like a marinara vodka.
Hell yeah!
That sounds great. I just wanted to make sure I said I forgot it a couple weeks ago. That's the sandwich.
That's the sandwich, dude. You might have to take a bite out of that to comfort yourself after tonight, because I think the Packers are getting this win on the road, dude. You might need some comfort food, Tommy DeVito. Might want to get those sandwiches on decky. You'd be Uber eating that shit's in the fourth quarter, bro. My God, bro. I'm sorry, Tommy DeVito. The magic ends tonight or tomorrow night at home. We got Jordan Love, man. He's playing the Packers into the playoff race. Matt LaFleur is not a bad coach. We've seen that. He can turn the Packers around. It wasn't just Aaron Rodgers, and they have a guy in Jordan Love. I think playing for what they play for, all the teams that are playing teams that are like eliminated, not mathematically eliminated, but the Giants ain't going to the playoffs, right? The Packers, they got to win this on the road, and I believe they will. I believe they cover the spread, and it's a confidence win. Like, all right, let's beat this team because we're supposed to. Let's beat them how we're supposed to. That way, when we're going against these better teams, we can feel more confident in ourselves. And I think that's how that game plays out. What do you think is going to happen between the Packers versus Giants at MetLife tomorrow night, dude?
Yeah, I mean, Packers, they're on a great run. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and you mentioned too, as far as with coaching. I mean, we bring up coaching a lot because that really is an important ingredient. And you got to have a quarterback as well. Then you kind of can figure out a lot of these wins here. But the Packers had that coaching with LaFleur. He was waiting on his quarterback to kind of catch up, to this game. And Jordan Love, he's out there outdueling a lot of people. They're in the playoff run. Props to them. I still hate the Packers, but and he has weapons. All the receivers that Aaron Rodgers said sucked. Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, all these young guns. Jordan Love is just spraying the ball around, man. You still got Dillon at the running back. Aaron Jones, I think, is banged up. We'll see if he plays. And again, the Packers have a formula. They have a formula. Just obviously keep the turnovers down. Going on the road against the NFC rivals, I guess, Giants. There's been some good, just back in the days, there's been some good playoff battles between Packers and Giants.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just, not these teams here, but you mentioned DeVito, shout out to DeVito. Just, I think I hate their coach for some reason. The Giants coach, I don't know. I don't like his face. Yeah,
me too. I don't like seeing the way you look, dude.
So, I don't like his face, but Coach Dable. I mean, I don't know if it's personal. It sounds personal when I say that, but I just don't like him.
It ain't personal. It's your face, dude.
It's just this Giants team. It's good to see they're playing for their coach. And we said that with the Patriots when they're bought into the coaching. They're going to give you a fighting chance, like the Raiders. They're going in for the interim coach. So the Giants going to put up a fight. But yeah, the Packers are hot right now. Jordan Love is hot. Christian Watson he's going to be a name people are going to know next year as a young up and coming receiver. And it's only his second year right now. So you're going for the Packers for the win for Monday night game 1A.
Game 1A, game 1B. Everyone's going to be checking their fantasies to see how the Dolphins are doing, how much points they're running up at home in Miami. And this is a Monday night game in Miami. I expect everyone to be there as far as stars go, but I also expect all of the stars on the offense and defense to come to play because they know, as we know, as everybody who's an NFL fan knows, this is playoff football. It's not the playoffs yet. But the Dolphins, you're playing yourself into the playoffs. You're firmly in there, I might say. But you can't sleep because the Bills are still in your division, and they're playing for their lives. So, Tyreek Hill, are you going to have a monster game again today? You should. It's the Titans. You're favored by 13.5. I said today, I meant tomorrow night. I think that the Dolphins are going to cover the spread. They're going to win easily. And we're going to be questioning whether or not Mike Vrabel is going to return as the head coach next year for this Titans team. I mean, it's been a lot of mediocrity out of the Titans. Well, we gotta say it as when he's been the head coach. They've had decent teams, but it's all mediocre, not very great. And were you resting on your laurels with Derrick Henry a little bit too much? Not getting him a good quarterback. You might have wasted a lot of his prime. That's how I feel. Dolphins, we don't got to spend a lot of time on who's who, what's what. They have a really good defense right now, and they're going against a rookie quarterback. I expect them to get this win and cover the spread tomorrow night. What do you think is going to happen in Miami versus the Titans?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the Dolphins are just a better team, right? And so it's like it's not much to break down. Like you were saying, it's just like okay, Dolphins are better now. With the Titans, Will Levis, it is cool seeing. This young quarterback play a little bit. I keep an eye on the AFC South all the time. So it's going to be really cool to see what he does next year with the rest of the young gunners in that division. But So yeah, it's about getting him reps. Derrick Henry's still there. D Hop, still showing that, hey, y'all still got to pay me out here. So, you know what I'm saying? I like seeing the Titans play, but the Dolphins, I mean, come on now. Just, you mentioned that coaching thing, though. I still like Coach Vrabel, but, Coach McDaniels, I mean, he's not really reinventing, but he's like that new version of this hot offensive team, like how the old Rams used to do. And like, you know what I'm saying? Just these teams that runs up points.
Yeah.
That's what this team is right now. Tyreek Hill still in the MVP conversation. I mean, he's going to get over 100+ yards, maybe 2 scores. That's what he does like almost every week, it seems like. So, yeah, that's there. You still got Jalen Waddle. The Dolphins' defense is really underrated. Getting Jalen Ramsey, Xavier McDaniel. Their secondary is pretty tight. Their defensive front is above average. They got everything you need to run again. We got Achin and Mostert. This is a complete team. The Dolphins, they just got to beat, elite or near elite team. That's the only knock against the Dolphins right now. The Titans, they're nowhere near elite, so this should be a win. I would take the spread. If I'm feeling adventurous, I would actually say they cover the spread as well, too. But, so I'm looking forward, though, just to seeing, like I said, this, 1A, 1B. I'm still going to keep my eye over there to see if Will Levis, cranks out a couple, big throws. He has an arm. You know what I'm saying? Will Levis does. Like,
gunner.
Now that means he may throw a couple interceptions too. But, yeah, I will say that I think Jalen Ramsey's going to get one. I think Jalen Ramsey's going to get one from Will Levis, as well. Put that on the mantle as another one. Another quarterback conquered by Jalen Ramsey. So this is going to be a fun game to watch, and especially knowing the Packers and Giants, that may be like an ugly game over here.
Yeah.
And, that I'm looking forward to seeing. But then a little fun, high-flying game will be the Dolphins, like throwing up 40+ against the Titans.
How sick would it be to have the Titans, be in contention in this game too? Because they have the weapons. It's a matter of finding them and having the scheme for it. You have D Hop, you have Derrick Henry, so they have the capability. We've seen Will Levis throw 3 touchdowns in a game. They have the capability. There's a chance they might. But yeah, I think the spread is good where it's at. And if you're in the point of picking spreads, definitely pick the spread on this and hit the over too. You probably hit that too. And that is the predictions for all the games today. I'm probably gonna lose this today because I picked a crap ton of away teams, and right now it's actually looking like pretty close around the league. Ravens are up 7-3. Jets, Texans is still 0-0. The Saints are up against the Panthers 7-0. Browns up on the Jags 7-0 still. Colts still 7-0. Bengals.
Bears at the 1 yard line. They may score again.
They might score again, right?
Yeah.
About to be 14. 3rd and goal at the Indy 1 yard line. Bears are still up 10. The Lions were driving on the field and Goff had an intercepted ball, dude. They were like,
am I surprised? He's the same old Lions.
And then it's 10-10 tie game, Falcons Buccaneers.
Oh, this is a game.
Bro.
Oh man, we
It's a game. Let's go watch some football, everybody. And we'll be back tomorrow for the Monday recap and a little preview, another nice preview into the Monday night game. So everyone come back tomorrow. We'll be seeing how your team did. We'll see how the playoffs are shipping up for the fantasy football league. And hopefully we'll be seeing Buccaneers have a W. And I'll be in a good mood tomorrow night. Bear down. Go Bears. I hope everybody wins today. Unless you're going against me. You know how it goes. Yo, Syl, do you have anything to promo before we get on out of here, bro?
I definitely, like I said, this week of games, it's gonna be a lot of fun conversations tomorrow. We may have an Austin meltdown. We'll see with the Bucks with that. Geek stuff. Been an amazing week with this sell to Netflix push, keeping up that engagement.
Yes, sir.
Remembering the ROEs. We don't have to worry about Warner Brothers. You don't have to worry about them if you don't want to be. I may, depending on how this the Chiefs Bills game goes, I may go live probably like about 7 Eastern, because James Gunn, if y'all are not aware, he had a meltdown on social media yesterday. So we're all making fun of him about that because he's tired of being called a liar, apparently.
I'm not
lying, bro.
I'm not a liar.
So I may go live. I have it scheduled, but I'll just tell y'all, like, if y'all see it disappears because that Chiefs Bills game is getting real good, I'm just not going to stream.
It might be too good. It might be too
So
good. To miss.
we will see, but definitely we're hitting them from all angles here, and then getting closer to Christmas. So that means NBA stuff is going to start heating up on the SylNation Sports Network channel as well. I still got to clip some of these forecasts that Austin's been putting together. So there's still a lot more content to come for the sports stuff as well.
Yeah, dude, we got so much to come, and with playoffs around the corner, it's only going to ramp up and be more intense and mean more. So everyone, make sure you're followed, subscribe, you like the streams, you share them out so we can get more people here so they can hear us talk crap about their teams. No, I'm just playing. So we can get them celebrating with us. And tonight on the Netflix, on the Cell side of things, the Zack Snyder side of things, another watch along tonight on Skywalker's channel. We'll be watching Shazam, the first Shazam tonight to keep up the engagement. Not a bad film at all. The only thing I hate in that film is Damon. I forget how to say his name. Djimon
Hansu.
Yeah, I hate his wig in that movie. That's awful, dude. Awful wig in that movie as Shazam, as the Wizard, man. Terrible. That's my only gripe with that movie. But come join us tonight on Skywalker's channel, keeping up the engagement with Netflix. And obviously, join us tomorrow so we can talk about football again. It goes hand in hand, this Snyder stuff and this football stuff. We're at the tip of the spear, everybody. Bear down. Go Bears. Go Bucks. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace, everybody. Have a good day.
Peace.